Hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated! Welcome to my recap of 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days, Season 5, Episode 16, plus the Tell-All Part 1. If you guys are new to my channel, my name is Wah, and I do recaps of relationship reality TV shows such as 90 Day Fiancé, Love After Lockup, sometimes Love is Blind, maybe Married at First Sight if I'm feeling ambitious. You guys, I mean, to talk about the beauty in the room, I have someone with me today. And that person is none other than my good friend Chris Farah. You know her. You've watched her. You've laughed with her many a Monday nights as she does her recap. Chris Farah.
Hi, honeys. Hi, baby boos. We are giving you old school style live. It's Wah, it's Chris, it's a familiar environment.
What is this environment? Where are we? We are in Los Angeles right now, and we're never in Los Angeles. Like the pandemic has changed our lives. So if you guys have been watching us since 2018, this environment.
Before that.
Well, I mean, if they watched us in 2018, this is definitely where we do.
Oh yeah, we've been doing lives in here since like 2015. You know?
Really?
Oh yeah, that video. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
We are so happy to see you. I'm so excited to be here in Wah's Live. We're both wearing red lips. Please like this video immediately as you walk in the room and just be like, yes, old school, BFFs, West Hoes, you know, you're just like, you know what's happening, you're here for it. Give it a little thumbs it up so that, you know, you can really just hold it down for your girls. We appreciate it.
Settle into this good time we're about to have. I hope that you guys have watched the episode. We just finished watching the episode, which is quite confusing because it was a season finale and then a season tell-all, but then only like one of 3 hours. You know that tell-all is going to be an hour, right? I mean, 2 hours. Right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, and this one was so many awkward moments. There were so many times where Chris and I were like, "Oh, we hate it. Oh, what's happening?"
Yeah.
And hopefully we can remember them because neither of us took notes.
One note, not one.
So I'm going to need the studio audience, and that's you guys. We're not in a studio, but I'm going to need the audience out there to remind me chronologically of the things that happened should I miss them.
Yes.
So what do you say we jump right in?
Absolutely, honey. Red lips, honey. Give us a little emoji if you're watching this on the recap or if you're watching this in real life of a little red lip, if you appreciate this. We're wearing 2 different red lips. No, they want to know. Wah's wearing, no, she's wrong. Because you want to know. By the way, if you Wah is like, don't tell them. And that's what she said in her eyes. And I'm like, oh, what they want to know so bad. So you tell us who's right and who's wrong. No, I have to ask her. She's wearing Max Ruby Woo, okay? And I'm wearing Dior 999 Velvet. Okay, so that's what we're wearing, and you wanted to know, and I know you did.
Okay, so let's jump right into this episode. Who we're going to start out with first is Mike and Hamina.
Ooh, 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 ooh. You know.
Okay, so we begin this episode where we watch Mike try to emotionally abuse and or gaslight Jimena. I mean, we start off with everybody crying. There's like a group hug cry between Jimena and her sister.
Yeah, and her mom.
Yeah, and the mom. And then like Mike is like, but I just wanted to say bye to the family tomorrow. I can't get through to her. Like this man is like, there's a sense of Ben in him. This like, I'm here to save you.
Righteousness. Yeah. Like what I'm doing is righteousness. What I'm doing is what should be happening. Everyone else is crazy and how dare she? Like she has been comforting her child who is upset and been woken up because you've been screaming and you won't leave. And I said this on my channel last night. I'm like, Mike, you're so dumb. This could have ended so badly. If she didn't have cameras there, she could just literally call any of her friends or cousins or whatever, and you'd be out real quick. Okay, you wouldn't be like, I'm on the lease.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the sister has to scam him to leave to promise that the next day he'll be able to say hello. Then the mother comes and the mother is
he
like,
asks again. Yeah. The mom's like, yeah.
Yeah. You can come to say goodbye tomorrow to the family. It's like he's emotionally trying to like make Jimena feel bad. Like, well, I want to say bye to y'all. The family's grateful, but they're not that close to you. Like
Hmm.
they're grateful. They are. And they're sad that Jimena can't just stick through with your farts and your breath and your smell and your sex and your owl eyes and all those things. She
Oh.
can't do it. And so anyways, Mike goes to the hotel and he then is like sad and has his hat on backwards, his fitted, which doesn't fit him, on backwards, and he calls her and is like, spit, sorry. He calls her and he's like, yeah, I mean, can I say bye to the kids? And they're like, bye.
She's like, absolutely not. I'm surprised I even picked up the phone. You had to call me on Zoom, and this is because the producers were like, you have to pick up or
Yeah.
whatever. Because like, what? Who's calling anyone on Zoom? They usually talked on WhatsApp like everyone else in this god green earth.
Yeah.
So like, A, and B, like, yeah, I literally had to talk you out of the house by saying you'd come back, and no one wants to see you. How awkward. What do you even want to do? Is it that you want to look in their eyes and be like, I paid for this?
Tell her you miss me. Tell her no. Like, bye. I think what he wants is, here's a reenactment. He wants it to, this is what happened. Ciao, Juan. Ciao. Ciao, Harold. Bye.
Bye.
Ciao. Okay, this is what Mike wanted to happen. Ciao, Juan.
Oh, no, madre, please, por favor.
Juan, don't be upset.
No, madre,
It's just
making a
not working.
mistake.
You see what you're doing to him, Jimena. You see what you're doing to him, Jimena. Let us be. That is what he wants.
Misule padre I've ever known.
Yeah.
Like it's just so. It's like that is just obviously horrible, but it's what he wanted so badly. Like never ever happened, and like I feel just cringy and just like I'm so happy he's leaving and I'm so happy that she got him out,
Yeah.
She's like, I always had the crazies. You know what was honestly the crazy though? Was like, remember when he left, like Hamina's mom was like, oh, I wish he wasn't leaving though.
Basically, like, Mike came into our lives right around when the quarantine hit,
Yeah.
and he was the reason why we were allowed to eat. And like, that may be true, and that's great, and I'm glad the mother has acknowledged that, but I don't like the way Mike likes to hold it over Jimena as though like she's making the worst decision of her life and she just needs to come to her senses and like,
And anything is better than not having money, and including putting up with him. There's no reason why in his mind she would give up not having money if it also means that she has to be with him.
Yeah.
And that's what he has to know is that's how bad he is.
yeah.
That's how unattractive and disgusting to
Yeah.
her that he is, that
Yeah.
she's like, no. Listen, she could, I said this to Wall, she could literally only deal with him when he was in a different country paying for everything. He came once to her country and she barely could, like, white knuckled it the entire time
Yeah.
with the camera crew. In the minute he came back, she was like, oh, actually, I can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Yeah.
possibly
I
do
can't.
it again.
I can't.
No.
You just
Mm-mm.
stare at me like
Yeah.
an owl. So we just watched this really uncomfortable scene, and then Mike continued to make comment and say things, and leads us to believe that he doesn't think this is over.
Mhm.
And so then he goes back to New York, and then we see a sign that says like the next day, and she is doing work with the producers, and she has told him now 3 times in front of us that she doesn't want to be in a relationship with him and they're just friends. He calls her during her whole confessional, like filming,
Mhm.
and he's just like, you're just letting this one thing get in the way of our love. When you were with me, you were secure, and I want to help you. Like, he starts off with, let me help you. I want to pay rent. I want to pay your rent. Let me help you. And she's like, no, Mike, I don't want any money from you. You just finished telling me that I was using you for your money. And now you're over here calling me, asking me to pay your rent. I don't want any money from you. And he's like, but I want you to be secure.
Yeah, and then she's like, "Well, why would you give me money for just friends?" He's like, "Well, the truth is I wanna come back September 1st, and then I wanna start planning the wedding again." She's like, "I am confusado." Also, you know what I don't quite know what I should do about is how to expertly blend my eyeshadow because I am wearing a yellow top. How Wa's wearing, like, this, like, really cute, like, tie-dye? Like, she's wearing a yellow, pineapple yellow top, and then what Kamina does, you know, I have to call it makeup, okay, is that she puts yellow eyeshadow from here toward the eye, yellow, and then from here black. Just a line, yellow, black.
It was brown. It was brown.
It is a demarcated line that is hard in the sand. And there is not one moment where she took a Q-tip, a little like fingy, like not nary one, nothing. I mean, much less a brush, honey, and that's obviously would have been great. And just blended it back and forth with just a little like bass. I was like a little like shimmery, so just like really just like oh, I really would appreciate it. You're wearing yellow eyeshadow right now. Or like gold yellow?
Yeah.
It's
like a sparkly, it's like
yeah.
Glossier. So yeah, you guys, so he is again manipulating, trying to bring money into this. And it's so interesting. The same thing with Jasmine. It's like we started off this season feeling a certain way about them, and it's been an emotional roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
And like Mike, I just was not expecting Mike to turn out the way he turned out.
Yeah.
I mean, you could knock me over with a feather. I thought he was gonna be the Paul of the season.
Oh, okay.
Where like he was annoying, but at the end of the day, like you were still like, oh, I feel bad for him a little bit. Like Paul was mad annoying, but like I hate Mike.
Yeah. You're just like, you are so gross, and what you did is gross, and you trying to be like shaming her for like being a cam girl, even though you met her on that site and she was like, oh, you are not only creepy, you were an owl in the room, honey. He spent the entire, I'll tell you more. He spent 24 hours in her cam girl room, honey, just waiting for her to come. And then just like, she would see his screen name, like a little owl in the room, like, boo boo, hoo hoo, I'm here. And he would just throw money at her until he finally was like, get off this site, honey. You'll never have to work like this again. And then she was like, okay, I guess. And then he was like, I'll pay for everything. And she's like, okay, I guess. And then she asked her for one titty job, and he was like, no. Oh, God bless.
I did this because you're out of frame as you're doing this.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Look, you're as half a face while you're fully talking to the people. Anywho, so like, yeah, you guys, it just was so shocking how it ended up. And the entire tell-all, I was telling him to shut up. Every time he opened his mouth to say anything about anybody, I was just like, shut up.
I hate you. I hate your opinion. I hate your face.
Shut up. Yeah, you just like blah.
He wanted to be best friends with Gino, by the way, and of course they have a kindred spirit. Like obviously I like got them confused.
They're the same sad man energy.
Of course, yeah. They, in the Commedia dell'arte troupe of characters, they cast two of the exact same one this season. That's fine.
Yeah,
and I would get them confused, but yeah, definitely. Like when he walked in, they both looked at each other. Were like, well, we have to be fucking fast friends
because they're gonna eat us alive. Oh, and at some point, Gino's like, I don't know if people. really want to know what people are gonna think about us, if they're gonna like criticize us. And I said, Chris, Gino doesn't know who we are.
No, he has no
like
clue.
Listen, I don't mean to
toot. You're born toot it,
but
honey.
like the cast of 90 Day Fiancé knows who we are.
Knows who you are. They don't know who I am, and I'm fine with that. Some do, but whatever.
As soon as this show goes on, they start to look. Their friends, their coworkers, anybody that knows them starts to then go on to YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and look for the people who are recapping. Yeah. They are. Mm-hmm. So for Gino to say, like, I wonder what people are going to criticize if people are thinking about us. Like, yeah, we are going to criticize you, and it's the person's me. Speaking of, go ahead.
Are we talking? Are we going? We're not going into the tell. Yeah,
no, we're not.
Yeah, because we have to.
I know.
Okay,
bring it back. All right. So speaking of them, because I've got the voice ready to go. I've done some vocal warm ups. Gino and Jasmine. All right. God, look at this picture of Jasmine.
Wow, I look at that hair, and boys, yeah, that's a look. Like, yeah,
this is what I think Jasmine thinks she looks like all the time, but she doesn't look like this. I wish that she did.
This is like interesting in the timeline. This promo picture looks like it was shot after the season, because during the season, and she says it, that she didn't look her best. She was like, I met you and then I started to look back. And I always thought that was one way of her, obviously being like, you caused me such grief, but also being like, you don't pay for me to go to the beauty salon like you should, mm-hmm. which obviously he should. And we learn another situation that, like, yeah, she was, you know, she knows what it's like to be taken care of financially.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so
Hmm.
Gino and Jasmine this episode. Basically in this episode, they were just in a twin size bed with pink sheets hanging out. And I was like, whose house is this and what?
I hate the way I look when I birdie stuff in my mouth.
Oh, okay.
Why would I want to drink on camera?
Okay, you want to go? There she goes. There she goes. There she goes. Okay, I'll do this. All right. So, anyways, so she is they're in the bed and she's like, Gino, I spent the last dinner arguing with you and I'm so sad. I mean, everybody was just crying this episode. Gino started crying. I just was like, get out of this twin bed together. It was making me really uncomfortable because he had that hat on and I just envisioned him having the sandals on as well in the bed. It was just real uncomfortable. And we find out that they love each other and that she's sorry for crying. I mean, for causing an argument, and that she, you know, wishes him the best and hopes for good things. I don't really
Yeah,
remember
but
it.
she did. Yeah, she talked her way out of talking about the prenup, but then her like crazy energy is still giving Gino pause of whether he can do this in the long run, even though he knows that Jasmine's the best he'll ever get, honey. He is the best. I mean, they just like, and she loves him. She loves everything about him, honey. She loves like his flaws, including how hideously ugly he is. She loves that about him.
We're moving into the tell-all.
Okay, I can't help it.
We can't help but do it. And so he then starts to cry in his confessional. He's like, Jasmine is the best thing that's ever happened to me. And I really deserve it.
Yeah.
But he's so conflicted because he knows that he's like, she's the only woman who's ever loved me as much. And I'm like, no, that's not love. That's crazy toxic possession. Like, she doesn't, that's not love, Gino. And it makes me sad that this man thinks that this woman is behaving this way for love.
He's never known love, neither has Mike. It's just they're very similar souls. Never known love.
So they'll take this kind of abuse. Like, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it for Gino and Jasmine. He ends up going back to the US. We didn't even actually see him get on a plane nor pack his bags, do we?
Yeah, they're crying. She's crying.
Oh, at the airport. Remember, she's wearing that long midi dress. That's what it is. Okay, yeah. Crying at the airport
with the mask on.
And
Remember,
then, like, the robotic hand of rubbing her back.
Yeah, that was up and down. And then this one moment happens, and I don't know if Wawa's going to bring it up, but I will. Gino and Jasmine are saying goodbye, and he's wearing a mask, and he goes into security, and he looks at her, and for one split second,
he's handsome.
Were like, "Oh, is he cute?"
Yeah,
because everything was covered. I mean, everything. We couldn't see his toes and everything. He was like, all his bad parts covered, his head covered. And so, like, he had just like his eyes, and they radiated love. Also, Italian and New York in a way that when everything else was gone, Juan and I were like, oh.
Yeah. We're like, why did he just look handsome in that 1 second?
Yes.
And then he turns around, he's like, which way?
Then he like flips over, you know, like one of his like horrible toenails, you know, and his like long ass, you know, toes hanging out of them sandals, and he like, you know, the saggiest jeans. I mean,
they're so wide, and she's like, "That's my man," and there's a shot of him like pulling luggage, and he's like wearing jeans from '92, and it's just like, you know.
Yeah, but we want to keep it truthful. There was a moment where Juan and I both were like, just it was like, listen, sometimes every broken watch is right twice in the forest. So
yep, mm-hmm.
Every broken watch,
in the forest, specifically in the forest, not at the beach. Not in the city. In the forest.
You guys know what I'm talking about. No, that's a whole thing. No, they know. They know. Drop a clock if you know what I'm talking about. Clock emoji.
Okay. Whew. All right. Let's change it to this if you want to do that. If you guys would like to drop us a tip, you're more than welcome to. And these are the ways that you could do so for these late night funnies, you know?
We need more red lipstick. Sephora's having a sale right now, 20% off.
All right, so the next couple that we are going to talk about, sorry, are these two fools. I mean, the truth is I'm not going to really talk about them. What I'm going to actually do is just say their segment gave me the warm and fuzzies. Watching everybody cry at Memphis's leaving was sweet. The mother's outfit was cat crazy. I mean, it was a red hoodie with like an iron-on cat. Yeah.
But I mean, like that kind of cat look, just like the fluffiest little like. I mean, right on it.
It's a Kathy Najimy cat. Do that again. Kathy Najimy, come on, give us.
Wait.
What did she say? Minnie? From what is her Hocus Pocus? Was that her name, Minnie? I don't know.
I don't know. Or like that was like one of the things. But yeah, Cammy's gonna come out for like. Why can't I play her younger sister somewhere?
I know. One time she came into Real Food Daily.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, Chris, your idol is here. But you weren't there. Remember, we didn't work there together.
One time when she was working at Real Food Daily, she ordered something to go, and someone knew I loved her, and they're like, "You should go deliver it to her house." And I was like, "That's so weird. I'm absolutely not going to go deliver it to her house. You know, let her come on." So I did go deliver to her house. And I mean, it was like a nod, like she's like, no, like I just like knocked and like someone just like took it, like no one said anything to me. And then later on, I did serve her at a table, and they were all gonna work. They're all gonna do a show at like Largo Coronet or whatever. And she was charming to the table and couldn't have cared two shits about me, the waitress, and not in a mean way and not in a nice way.
Yeah.
In a I don't care about you way.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah.
And they don't have to. Why would anyone have to? Listen, no one has to be nice to me. I just don't want you to like try and
ruin your job.
Ruin my job.
Yeah,
you know, like
a certain small blonde-haired, blue-eyed individual.
Listen, I'm just saying, it takes a lot now. You know, like you have to really be against me for me to like fight back.
Yeah. All right, so good. It was cute.
Oh yeah.
And it was cute. Like the whole time I was like, wow, he really loves her. No, not the whole time. In the car I was like, he just loves her because she's like this little black woman, this like African American lady. Like, I don't really get it. But then at the airport, not only does he show affection and kiss her, he also breaks down and is just so upset that he can't go with her and be with her. And it's just like, Hams is so different than some of the men that we've seen that come out of this area. Like, there's a vulnerability in him and his working through his English, which his English was amazing this episode, was it not, Chris?
Yeah, but what a 180.
Yeah, it was like when she first got there, he couldn't formulate a sentence, but after trying to speak to her, it just like, English just clicked at some point. Because
he had like a 180 from even the day before, and maybe invites to that. I mean, he learned 180 new words, and one of them was importante, important, or whatever. He just kept saying, and I was like, oh yeah, he's doing good. I just feel like Hamza has his vulnerability from his Hamza's mumza.
Mm-hmm.
That woman raised a fine-looking, man, and that stole her, ex-husband's face right off of him, and then beautiful sister, that I love that sister so much. Sister's so hot, and we LOL'd because at one point when they're walking to the terminal, like she really is so small. She's so tiny. He's like, I don't even know how tall he is. Like he could literally be like 5'7" for all I know. That's how tiny that like she is, because she looks like so small next to him, and the way she walks is if every step is painful and she can't possibly step over like a centimeter at a time.
I wish I could do my example of her walk for you guys. I mean, how would I do that? There's not enough like frame for that, because I'd have to like it's like a shuffle.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we notice that this is how much taller he is. You stay where you are.
Okay.
She's Memphis. I am Hamza. This is how much taller Hamza is than her.
Yeah.
Baby.
Yeah.
Baby. Like,
yeah.
She literally doesn't. I mean, it's right there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, she just needs to like do a squat, and she's at pelvic level to him. I mean, I was like, wow. so small, so
Tiny. She's a
so
tiny woman. Yeah,
tiny,
she
so
is
tiny.
small. But yeah, he breaks down. He's like, I mean, he like Claire Danes cries. We weren't expecting it when it
We were
happened.
like,
We were like taken aback, but also moved, but
yeah,
also shocked at our
yeah,
own like it had to happen. Like it was all it was like it was real, but
yeah,
also like unexpected. I mean, what a real, unexpected, beautiful, real moment,
yeah,
of human emotion. And then she's like, oh, no. And then she starts breaking down. And then, I mean, honey, she just takes that baby and runs.
yeah. And then she's like, I'm gonna be a single mother, but I don't know for not for very long. And we're all,
hmm
we're all just like, I feel something for them when I couldn't even stand her voice. Hamza, for the longest time I couldn't stand her voice. Hamza, Hamza in Panama. She's just like that Michigan. They're all from Michigan and Ben too. Okay, so speaking of Ben,
oh, yeah,
oh yeah, they're all from Michigan.
yeah. But,
Yeah. Okay, speaking of Ben, let's get to the awkwardest of the awkward. Ben and Mahagani. So, first of all, let me just say, Mahagani ain't shit. Like I don't like her because I think that as much as Ben is weird and wrong and I mean, listen, I knew I didn't like Ben, but watching him in the green room of the tell-all talk about men are lions and women are gazelles, and he wouldn't know what to do if a gazelle came after him.
Yeah, it was not a good look for what he did. He has no awareness whatsoever about his life, but everything is either God's way or not God's way. But when everything is God's way, it's really His way. It is so messed up and so screwed up. I mean, he can't see past the end of his nose, and it's not just because he can't see well with whatever
That
is happening.
situation. But like he is so I mean, I want to be in a religion that teaches me that anything that I have to say or think is so important that I get to just say it, even though I recognize that it's sexist.
Just be a white man. That's the
And
religion.
just like oh, a word.
That's his word, I guess.
Uh-huh.
HIS.
With capital H. Uh-huh.
Oh God, well, it's hard to be right all the time with you. Just on the same wavelength and right.
Like just because we're in this space again.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Okay. So, anyways, she gets up to walk away because she doesn't want to admit what she did to him. And then he says, well, that's just her age showing, as though like he's this old wise man.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, I'm just going to give her some time to cool down because I need to be able to say what I have to say about how I feel.
Yeah. She's making a very active, obvious choice to remove herself from the situation, conversation, and space that is inhabited by you.
Yeah. And like I'm not on her side. But what I'm not on is his side of how he's reacting to it.
Demanding that like she has to talk to him or share space with him. No, she doesn't.
Yeah. And then also demanding that like he needs to be able to speak his piece. No. You came here she has done something negative to you 3 different times since you've been to Peru. And you're talking about all you're going to do is hold on to the good thoughts. So anyway, she walks away. She doesn't want to be around him. And he's just like, but I need to be able to speak my piece. And it's like, no, you don't. Like she's walking away from you. So go ahead and take that as a hint. She almost was run over by a car trying to run away from him. And then she doesn't even want him to open the door and like talk at her.
Yeah.
She is like, I don't want to hear anything that you have to say. And then she makes some comment about trusting him and then not being able to because of his behavior or something. Like it's just weird mixed message.
I remember that moment, and I'm glad we're talking about it now on air. You guys can tell me what you think. I took that moment as she was saying, I never really trusted him. I knew not to, and I'm glad I didn't because now that I'm here, I can see, and it was never really real, or I never really thought I was going to get married to him, and because you shouldn't trust men, and he's untrustworthy. That is what it seemed like, or whatever. Like, it's interesting because it seems like her major fault with him was his inability to take any sort of blame, any sort of responsibility, or in his past relationships. But I wonder what makes her feel like he's untrustworthy when she is momentarily running away because of like him asking about her age or whatever. However, yeah, but at the same time, at the end of the day, I agree. Ben should not expect her to like share space, have conversation, a free Uber ride. Not like she literally said, "Don't come," and he came to this country, and that's why they're here.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, he just, yeah, he was annoying. So I it was like a dual thing. I was happy that she was standing her ground about not wanting to be with him and not wanting to talk to him, but like she made her bed and she created this thing. She did not have to come and talk to him at all. She should have just said, "This is just in the chat. I don't trust you." But I feel like that moment that she said, "I'm confused," not I'm confused, but like that I trusted him. I thought that that was just her another lie she's spinning as to why she's being the way she is. She's wrong. She's not right in any way. So after that, he is left sitting on his bag, and he goes to get another Uber. It goes back to the hotel. He texts her one more time. Why? We don't know. And she responds with, "God bless you."
Go, goodbye.
Yeah.
Go with God,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
may God bless you, and
Safe
never
flight.
safe flight and block.
Yeah. And then he says that
I never got to wear this shirt. This shirt that was supposed to be a nice shirt, tight, of course, to show off my biceps. But I was gonna wear it at a nice dinner. You could have worn it at the breakfast that you missed.
Mhm. Yeah.
Puts it away in the tiniest luggage. By the
Yeah.
way,
I mean, Chris and I talked about it.
Yeah.
Chris and I went to London.
Hmm.
And we were not there for 3 weeks or 2 weeks or however long he was in Peru. And
Mhm.
we had, I mean, just more luggage.
Mhm.
Did this man only bring one pair of shoes? Maybe two?
Maybe two.
Maybe two.
Maybe one hard, like black, hard soled pair, and one
Mhm.
like sneakers.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, maybe did he have
He had
any
a
flip
brown,
flops?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't
But
know.
I just like, I mean, coming back from London was a whole situation too. I got caught at TSA because they were like, "No, you can only have like trial size everything." And I was like, the terrorism happened to the United States. Why are your restrictions so strict? That's what I thought, because to get at the States, you don't need to have travel sizes anymore. You don't have to have that. Anyways, that was a random tangent. Ben didn't take a lot of luggage and it was bothersome. And then he gets in the car and he has on this like mask that isn't really a mask.
Yeah,
And
coral shirt on with a shark tooth necklace, honey, and the shark tooth necklace like tortoiseshell like color, like brown, I'm like, who, what? Oh God, I hate it. And that white hat, honey, and yeah, he's wearing a backpack, one slung over there's like a cross carry backpack, and then just a rolly on that like rolls and is also like duffel bag, like you can hold it like that, and
it wasn't
no,
enough.
I mean, it wasn't. He's not enough.
Yeah. So that's the end of for them. And we did find out that he has since lost his job, not because of this, but just because of his DUI or his under the influence of driving. Did he supposedly got drunk, got
Under the
drugged?
influence of driving.
He supposedly, you know what I meant. He supposedly got drugged by two.
This story is so bananas. He went, okay, this is what he says.
Yeah,
Okay, listen. He went to like a motel where there were two homeless people,
like a couple or something.
a homeless couple that he was doing good work for, being of service for. And then they offered him in this hotel room, listen for this, a cup of wine in a plastic cup, and he was like, okay, which he shouldn't have done. He takes one little sip just to be nice in this hotel, and then next moment wakes up 24 hours later.
Yeah, and then he tries to drive himself home, but he's still high. And so he gets a DUI or an under the influence I. And then he is on probation because he didn't go to court date. And so
He
that's
moved.
why
He moved, and so what happened is he moved, and so they sent the summons to the old address, but it's his fault because he should have made sure that he got it, but he didn't really get it, and we all understand why. This is a Ben's statement. He never really takes responsibility. It's the most non-responsibility statement, basically being like, it's totally, anyone would do what happened to me, and I can't believe it happened to me, but this is what it is. It's I was helping homeless people, and I moved, so here I am.
Yeah, and then he's like, I mean, you guys, then he can't drive himself around, which is why his son drives him to the airport, which is why we've seen Mohagani driving him around. And
Mahogany.
now he has lost his job because of that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what he does, but he lost it. Hello, Lisa. Well, hi there. So I think that's the end of them, right? Yeah, let's move on. Okay, so the next couple, did we even see Kimberly and Soulja Boy in this one? Zara. So we have
Yes,
Kimbali
yeah.
and Usman. So basically what ended up happening with them is that he is wearing the Soulja Boy drip that Kim gives him and a jeans shirt with it open, and he keeps showing us his chest, and we don't understand why. There is nothing there to be shown. In fact, it's not even that it's not even a masculine chest.
No.
And so it doesn't have to be pectoral and built up. I would just like for it to look like a man's chest. And it doesn't.
I mean, whatever it looks like, he just keeps flexing it in such a way in the mirror and keeps kind of like opening up his shirt as if something was there. It's as if, I mean, really, it's as if I was wearing like a badonkadonk dress and I don't have not a butt. And I don't have a butt. It's just I don't have a butt. It's fine. I don't have a butt. I have boobs. And here's the thing, that's fine. But it's like I wouldn't just sit in a mirror and just like keep staring at my long back into my legs, like it wouldn't be like just like, like look at that long back into legs, you know what I'm saying? Like, like straight, like why would I, there's a billion things we're gonna look at better than that where I would just be like, look at that long back, honey, I can't stop staring at it. Flexing the long back, like, like, twerking with a long back. You don't see me doing it, And so, but yeah, he does it.
And then he like gets on the phone with her and he does that quintessential thing that like men do where you're like, he asks you a question and you say yes. And they're like, are you sure? The fuck? I just said yes. And then he's like, okay, well, what if we were to get back together? And just doing all this inappropriate stuff for him for being in a relationship with Kim Bali, who he knows would be pissed, but he says he doesn't feel like he did anything wrong. And that this, I guess it was supposed to be closure, but it ended up not being closure. It ended up being like he was going to reopen something with Zara.
Well, they didn't edit it, or they edited it in such a way where they didn't like close. Well, yeah, sorry, I can't talk. They didn't tell us like what happened at the end of the conversation. Like basically in this conversation with Zara, he's like, "Do you miss me, Zara?" And then he has like a location change. Where he's like, "No, I'm gonna take her to the bedroom, honey, and show her like what I'm missing here." And she's like, "Well, I mean, my mom literally hates you, but okay, like me, kind of, I miss you. Like we talk all the time, whatever." And he's like, "Oh, first of all, if he's talking to her all the time and talking to like Kimberly all the time, like I don't understand like how he's being Soulja Boy all the time."
But they all say the same thing. They both said that they would talk to him hours on end, and that so he's really good at providing that good morning, my love, and good night, my love, and what are you doing during the day, my love. And let me tell you, I am a sucker for that. If we are dating and all of a sudden your responses come 2-3 hours after, like, then I'm like, oh, you don't want to talk to me, is what I think. And then I'm like, okay, I need somebody who's going to talk to me. Like,
yeah,
I can text all day. I'm busy. I am busy. Chris will attest. I am a busy ass person, and I will text all day. Okay, so like when I don't get it, but anyways, he has an inappropriate conversation with Zara. Zara, who's beautiful but doesn't like her smile. We peeped that, sis. Let me just tell you, Zara, your smile is beautiful, and I know what you're insecure about, and don't worry about it. Yeah. Like it's fine, you know. And that's to anyone who also has a gap. I know what you're insecure about, even though, I mean, the truth is I don't even think about my gap.
Zara doesn't have a gap.
No, I know. I'm talking to women who do.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Confusing what you
did. So yeah, for those of you who have a gap, smile. I don't even think about mine, but that's just mine. That's me.
See,
So
I just want to say, like, see how her son. This is not. I've never. This is not like something like this. Almost could be something that would happen if you did have like Botox or fillers, but truly, it's not. Is that you know how like you see my bottom lip? It's a little like doesn't go straight. I don't have a
mhm,
straight smile. I never have.
mhm,
It feels like you would want wait that,
mhm.
but that's not. This is just the way I am.
Oh yeah, no, I think it's cute. I think it's like makes you quirky. It's like a quirky Chris thing.
Yeah,
Okay, well, I like it, so shut up.
let's being honest. No one has symmetry. No one has like whatever perfection.
Yes. And yeah, so anyways, that's it for you, Zara. And you have anything else to say about them?
I mean, like Zara, you know, I feel like she knows that he's like full of shit. Like it feels like Zara knows that or whatever. But like, you know, whether Zara's end game is to like be on the show and or just get that constant attention, which is nice, you know, because it's currency. Yeah, like I like male attention too, and you know, I get it, I get it.
Yeah, to have somebody who has given you for 4 months all the attention you've ever desired, it makes you feel
Yeah.
wanted and like they're interested and they're thinking about you. It's great.
Oh God.
It's great. Okay, so we talked about everybody.
Let's talk to the tell all.
I know, but we talked about everybody here.
Yeah, because we don't.
Yeah,
Spella
yeah.
wasn't on it, and then
Spella
Spella
wasn't
just
on it.
and there's no Caleb.
All right, so you guys, let's move on to the tell-all. Basically, Hamza and Memphis. Hamza's here with his fine ass.
Yeah, and they dressed to coordinate. Honey, they look like, I mean, some hot version of Danny Zuko and Sandy at the end of Grease Lighting, like all in black.
Know.
He's wearing cute ass clear glasses. He's got a fresh haircut. She looks hot as hell.
Them titties. Them titties.
They look so good. I was so happy.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
yes, come on through with that bob, that short asymmetrical bob.
Libby and Andre could never.
Could never. They try and they fail. That was one of the hottest couples I've seen skirt across that Sean Robinson stage. And speaking of Sean Robinson, Sean Robinson is 53 years old. That woman that looks like she is late 30s.
Mm-hmm.
That dress was good on her. Her titties, everybody's titty looks great to me.
Her titties?
Yeah, they were like shaped. It was like shaped in that halter dress.
I don't remember seeing them. You know, I just think when I see someone like Sean Robinson, I just see someone who is incredibly disciplined. Yeah, I'm just like, this is a woman who is a professional in the realm of what we don't see, which is all the workouts and everything that she does to like maintain on top of her form, you know, because this is a woman who is on top. You know, her form is very precise, you know, listen, she is like, her demeanor is incredibly serious and professional. And I think that she does such a good job of it. Like, sometimes I just think maybe like I sometimes wish it was a different energy for this crowd, because this crowd is like not, she's better than this, you know. Maybe I just sometimes feel that, like, I almost feel like I'd like to see her do some other type of work, but maybe because I also want her job. So I mean,
see her in a different capacity, yeah. Because I'm like, you're slumming it in 90 Day Fiance. Give it to us. Yeah, give it to us.
Yeah.
So, but her wigs look good, and she just looks so coiffed and put together. So when we get to the tell-all, as you said, Mike and Gino really like each other. Gino's worried about what his edit's going to look like. Mike is worried about it. I mean, and especially Spella. Spella is 100% worried about what everyone is going to say about her. And I'm like, girl, I don't like that. Like, stand in your shit. Stand in your power. She said she's a people pleaser. And I'm like, you also like to be pleased. And so she was there, and her hair is this weird ass color. And then
couple of colors.
Just a couple of weird ass colors. And then we have Kim Bali there, and I just wish that she were wearing heels. But you know, she doesn't have to, and women can do what they want.
She can't walk in heels, honey.
I know, but I just wanted her to be a little bit more dressed up. I don't know what she did lose a little weight.
Lost a little weight. She was wearing a jewel tone green top that also accentuated her eye color, you know. And
her hair was good.
Yeah, her hair was good, and Jamal was there, so she did the most.
Jamal was
she did the Lord's work by bringing her son
please.
in this world, B to this tell-all.
Yeah. Who that man is fine, girl. I just every time he was facing him, he was like, "Wow." I was like, "Oh, he's fine."
Yeah. Absolutely.
Dude, really, dude? Wow. Oh, fine, is what I kept saying.
Hmm.
So then we've got Gino and Jasmine, who, come on, Jasmine, let's make our, like, I mean, okay, let's step back and just be,
All the hair in Panama. I, I mean, all of it.
she looks like a little Barbie doll, like a fake. She is. We were talking about it, and what it is she looks like her hair is for the back row. She is acting as though she's on stage, and the people in the back need to know that she has
Hair.
hair. Like, it
And
is,
like curly, they were like, if they were like, they need to know that, like, you know, that she has like a thick mane of raven curly hair from the back of the seats.
yeah,
Make it happen.
yeah. I mean, and so they did.
Yeah.
Like, look at this, and this is Gino. So proud of Jasmine. Okay, so Jasmine did the most in this. I mean, she talked about draining freaking balls. She talked about wanting his meat, even though she's a vegan, because she loves him in his unsexiness. His unsexiness is what makes him sexy to her.
He loved it. He was like, because A, she's right. B, I mean, listen, Jasmine is the reason why this tell-all was at all amusing.
Yeah,
This tell-all is not going to be good.
yeah.
Like, they really have made it on the heads of these fellow cast members to go in on each other.
Mhm.
That is what their bread and butter is for this
Yeah.
kind of thing.
I mean, but the truth is, it's like Ben didn't even need that. He just immediately told Kim that he thought she did too much. And she was like, yeah, and you're a pervert. Like, no, she didn't say that. But that's what she should have said. And thank God for Jasmine saying it next episode, that Ben going after someone who is 30 years younger than him is wrong. And that he's like a pervert. Pervert vibes is what she says.
Went to a different country with it, like she didn't want to come.
Yeah. And like, I mean, not only was Jasmine reading Gino for filth, she was like, she was good TV. She's just good TV. I want your meat, baby. Jesus Christ.
But like, I was like, am I believing this person that she is like, Gino knows how to throw it down like nobody's business, and I wish he would give it to me, but he would rather masturbate. First of all, I believe that he'd rather masturbate. I believe that I think that's because I think that he has weird sex things, either because he like has watched so much porn or he doesn't want to touch him, but like the way he does or whatever, and he has so much anxiety about sex is why he takes all the blue pills or whatever. I'm sure to like perform and like to be like in his mind or whatever, he probably like gives so much to it, gets like so much anxiety and energy to do it that like he's probably just like, oh, I'd much rather just you know.
I changed my pee and then I masturbated. I don't masturbate. No, I don't know what you're seeing on my pants, but it didn't come.
Like, Gino, she's like, I'm sorry, baby, but I have to tell the truth because I don't like lying. You'd rather masturbate than have sex with me.
And no, I use a lot of Cetaphil. No, it's Cetaphil, the face wash. I'm always just washing my face, Jasmine. You know, the Cetaphil just gets all over my clothes. So you have to wash them, even though you're in Colombia. It's ranch. It's not what you think it is. It's ranch.
Mayonnaise.
I'm eating a lot of ranch and French fries.
Yeah, I drip it everywhere.
It's like, so, and she is just embarrassing this man. She is like, every time they're like, Gino, do you da-da-da-da-da? She's like, yes. Gino, don't lie. You had sex with 30 sugar babies.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus
and Sean.
Christ.
It's
and
like he's getting it from both sides. Like Sean, yeah.
Sean is like, Gino, have you talked to anybody in this cast? Any friends of anybody in this cast?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
No friends of Ben in this cast. No DMs from a blonde friend of Ben in this cast.
No, you haven't?
No. I think you might have said hello. She said hello to me first, and then I said hello to her.
Oh, but we have the evidence here, Gino. We have here that you said, "Are you Sicilian?" And the thing is, so the shit that they're talking about is so mundane. Why didn't he just admit it? And Jasmine was like, "Listen, Gino, you just need to admit it now in front of me and just say it, as opposed to Sean telling you." And then he just wouldn't. And he lied about everything. Where did you meet? What website did you meet Jasmine on?
I don't remember.
Sugar babies. And yet, like, Sean being like, so wait, tell me what a sugar baby is. you know, you're just like, oh, honey, first of all, Sean, you've been on the God's green earth for literally 40 years more than I do. And I know what a sugar baby is. And I've been knowing for like, at 13, I knew every seedy part of sexuality because I was raised by the Barnes and Noble sexuality section. Okay. So I definitely knew about like sugar baby shit. And like, I know Sean does, but I like Sean being like, so tell me, what is a sugar baby? And how does that work?
Yeah, and he's like, well, they're women that you pay to have.
How much
to
do you
go
have to pay them to be with you?
I don't know, less than
Yes, you
100.
do. Oh, less?
Yeah, I mean, I pay them to go on dates with me.
And just the dinner, or just also spend time with you, and then
I
sex?
just pay for them to go to dinners.
And then what happens after that?
We hug, we cuddle, we hold. They just sit on my couch and we watch TV.
They sit on your pee-pee, Jasmine?
No.
Oh my
I
God.
don't know. I just pay for them. I pay them for me to be able to take them to dinner. But I don't pay for the dinner. They pay for the dinner.
Do you think he's taking them to like Outback Steakhouse?
Yes, I think he's taking them to Applebee's.
Yeah. Is there like a lot of blooming onions?
Yeah, and they're delicious.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Mm-hmm. They're having the ultimate margarita.
Oh my
So
God.
good.
Well, yeah, they could share it.
Yeah.
Listen, it's also a little suspect. Like Jasmine's like, okay, yes, I met him on a sugar baby site, but like, I didn't even know what kind of site it was. I just thought it was international dating. And I didn't even say that my friend set it up. And just as I met him, and then I made him promise to forgo his ways. And I was like, the ways in which he also met you.
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, like, if you're gonna meet someone on a cam girl site or on a sugar baby site, I'm just like, and go on a reality television, like, you both know what you both know, which is that's how you met. You both turned down the same street in the same part of town at the same night.
Yeah, at the same time.
Met
eye contact, and then recognized and knew what y'all was doing.
Yeah, you know that street.
Yeah. So it was hard to watch, but hilarious to watch because Jasmine will not take her neck off of Gino. She wants him take her neck off of Gino. Take her heel off Gino's neck. Mm-hmm. She wants him to fear her. Mm-hmm. And he does.
Oh, yeah. It works.
She will uncover every stone. She will talk as much ish as possible. Mm-hmm. And she'll be like, I love him. When he has sex with me, it's so good. And I'm just like,
Christian thinks that maybe it's like too smart not to know. Do you think this is an ultimate play where she's like just trying to get him to like marry her and just give him all the money by being like, you're so good at sex, Gino? Mm-hmm. But she's also jealous, and she wants to make sure that he's not effing her by like being with other women.
Yeah, because she thinks that he's cheating on her at all
the time, and no one would be with him, and so even never. So it's like just so shocking that she would be so scared all the time.
Yeah, but she does think that he gets play because she's like, there's somebody out there who finds sexy in his unsexiness.
He must flash his money.
He must. Probably like, you didn't watch Love After Lockup, but he reminds me a little bit of Stan and Lisa. So for those of you guys who watched Love After Lockup. All right, so what else? We get a little bit of Mike, but not too much because we know Hamina's there. Everybody's there actually. Johnny's there. All kinds of things, and they try to go in. Like Kim tries to go in on Ella, and like I just thought it was bad form. There was something really rotten about Kim judging Ella for cheating just because Kim's been cheated on. So people who dislike people who cheat that's weird. It's and listen, if somebody's cheated on you, I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. But like, it's weird for you just to not like somebody because they cheat, especially if you don't know them. Like, it's one thing if it's like you're one of your best friend's partners and they cheated on your best friend and you have an animosity to them because they cheat. But just to like, I don't know, not support a fellow castmate.
Well, I think that there is a variety of ways in which one can hold down a judgment to another person. And you just never know what value will be triggered or what thing will be triggered in such a way for a judgment to be cast down. I mean, and sometimes it's easy to, be obsessed with the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye when all the time there's a great big plank in your own.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Biblical proverb. Mm-hmm. Excuse me, what's that?
Whom I been?
Mm-hmm. So speaking of Ben, so they get into the green room and Ben tells Kim that she was too aggressive. And the first thing she says to him is, "Oh my God, you're so hot."
Yeah, we were like, oh God.
And the truth is like he's like 6'2" or whatever. He's the right height and the right build for someone to mention that. I would think that he was a hot individual as well.
He's like a little Monet. A bit of a Monet is a reference for you, because like you'd be walking like, oh, what's and you'd get closer and you'd be like, what is, and then he'd smile and you'd be like, oh, and then it would drop. And then you'd be like, whoa,
But
and
here's the truth.
horrible.
I don't care. For me, I don't care. I don't care about that.
Looks?
So I would be attracted. Yeah.
Yeah, if he was nice and stuff like that,
his body would make me be like, I want to. I mean, obviously, when he starts to speak, it'd be different.
Yeah,
but his body, I would think he's handsome. Oh, we don't have a lot of service. Let's wait for it to fix itself.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
All right, that happens to me.
And you push through it. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, here it goes. I just know for me when I usually see that, it's cutting out anyway.
Oh.
So anyways, he says that to her, and the next breath, he tells her that she was too forward, and as a man, they don't want gazelles coming after them. They want to like chase and like jump on someone's back and pin them down, and then hold them by the neck until they pass out, and then drag their carcass back to the lair for the rest of the lions to eat, because he's a lion.
Yeah, and then she had just got done telling him how hot she was the moment that he walked in. So he literally was like, "Yeah, I just hate when anyone, shows me."
And she's like, "I'm a grown ass woman. I'm 52 years old." With his peer. I'm a grown ass woman. I'm 52 years old, and I just went after what I wanted. I don't think that I was chasing him. And we're just like, "No, but you were, you were, which is fine."
Yeah.
But like, let's call it a spa
A spa day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So then Memphis and Hamza don't really say anything, but it gets revealed that Hamza is there, so that's nice.
Never talk about the baby.
Yeah, and I can't really tell if she's pregnant because she kept covering her stomach purposefully. I kept looking, and it was purposefully covered. Then they did a little bit of talk with Kim and Usman about the second wife and how they would feel. And Memphis the whole time was like, "Couldn't be me, sis. Could not be me." Memphis and Kim had a warm hug because they've been talking to each other.
Yeah, I feel like when she said that, Kimbali was like, "Can you just like be on this side? Like, no one's on my side right now, and I'm talking to friends. Like she's loyal. Like Kimbali's about the loyalty. Like she probably could have used Memphis to be like, I get it.
Yeah,
you're cute.
Yeah, I mean,
love that green top, your green eyes, really pop with it.
Yeah, and then it is revealed that Zara was a thing that happened. Kimberly's obviously very upset. Jamal has said, like, first of all, I'm not going to call him my stepfather because he could be my mom's son. And this whole situation is weird, frankly. And the fact that he's going to say that my mom is a potential, like, what does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, just be honest. Mm-hmm. And, Usman said the things that he said and the things that he did because of TV. And now he has to face the music, he's like, Jamal, do you not know this is a television show? Like,
mm-hmm.
He's very much like, he doesn't have anything to say because he knows he's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And that Kimberly has to like get up and leave. And at some point he starts to holler at her to sit down and not be upset. And then Jamal's like, who are you yelling at? Not that lady.
Yeah.
That's my mama. Like, you're not, so that was really cute. And he was really cute. Jamal was just really, really fucking fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chris, it's what? He's just so hot.
I know it.
And it's like, we don't get to see hot people on this show.
I know. We get to see like a whole season of Gino and Mike.
Yeah, just an entire season of I'm just going to say it ugly. So, yeah. I think that's it for the tell-all.
Yeah, like choice moments, really was just like Jasmine really taking, center stage with a lot of her comments, and just like, that was really exciting. And Hamina and Mike, like, supposedly like got back together, which they were saying, but then like it doesn't look like that's a real thing.
Yeah.
So that's confusing that they like made us believe that for like a split second.
Yeah, because Amina is like going back and forth with Mike because Mike is just like won't leave her the F alone, truthfully.
Yeah.
And like she's probably still trying to get those tetas done.
Yeah.
So, she's like, let me get whatever out of it. He wants to give me money, that's fine. He wants to give me money.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Gino and Jasmine are in the process of the K1 visa.
Yeah.
So Jasmine's gonna be to the US any moment. Hamza's already here. Ella and Johnny have never met. Apparently this was filmed in February and
he was supposed to come in February.
Yeah, he's supposed to come in February.
And he couldn't make it to the tell-all.
Yeah, he didn't make it to the tell-all, and his hair was terrible and like
really bad.
Yeah. Then we get another like glimpse. So next episode's gonna be good and juicy. It's gonna be 2 hours.
I think so. I think that it almost feels like I wish that they had just made the tell-all one night and like not have it be this like end of the season, beginning of the tell-all, because the end of the season then felt anticlimactic, and the beginning of the tell-all kind of felt like what was like what.
It was like it literally was like, and then the next episode was so quickly afterwards that it was like all the answers.
Yeah.
So I mean, the reason why is because the tell-all was 3 hours, and so they needed to give us 1 hour today, and then 2 hours next week, and then after that we start the next season.
Yeah.
They gave us too many stupid episodes.
Yeah, even though they took away a couple, which was the Caleb situation. And they
so what would have been if Caleb and Amina were, whatever her name was there?
Yeah, Alina.
Yeah.
She supposedly, I didn't watch it because we don't care about her, but she supposedly like released some statement, like, video of how like Mike is still employed by 90 Day Fiancé, and he's supposedly said racist things, but I don't know what those racist things are yet. And, why is she not employed or whatever? So I don't understand.
I mean, listen, I don't care. They shouldn't both be employed, but I'm not going to then. Like, this whole, that's not fair. This person gets to do stuff and I don't. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't die in your mountain, honey. Just to hell with both of you.
Yeah, I don't care. Like, I'm not going to be like, that's not fair. Like, I do not care. I don't know what his thing was, but your storyline was boring anyway.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Bye.
All right. So that's the end of this episode. Chris, I want to thank you so much for coming on with me today. Giving up your Monday night.
You guys, I had so many plans, really hoity-toity plans. I mean, out in a boot, this like beautiful town. I mean, I had just invitations to go to like all the hippest parties. Oh, the Grammys, honey, you could have called it the Chris Fair Mummies, because it could have been like literally my night if I had just wanted to go to Vegas, like take a PJ, get there, stay at the Wig, go to Delilah's, like no, but instead I'm here with you guys, and thank you so much.
Finally, she drinks the water like a normal person. So we want to thank you guys for being here with us this evening, and thank you, for 185 of you.
Please like this video. Please give it a thumbs up. We really are just having fun. 2 grown girls, just like, giving you a recap, like just trying to digest this season with you guys. Just can't believe we have to like prop our eyes open with toothpicks to watch a brand new season without nary any sort of vacation in between. And don't we need it? I mean, can you believe it? All we can do is put on red lipstick and just like put on a show,
Yeah. Good night, Christian. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, I love you, Lisa.
And Jessie Lee. I saw Jessie Lee was in the room. So thanks, guys. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks, Christian. And yeah, next week you'll see me probably doing this again. I can't do any more edited videos. I've given I gave you guys the beginning of the year. I can't do it. It's my Sundays are just don't exist.
Yeah.
And that's my first day off of work. I work a lot. So thank you guys so much for being here. I hope that you guys have a fantastic week. Join Chris sometime this week for her recap. Tomorrow for her recap of 90 Day Fiancé. You can
go to my channel. I have a YouTube channel if you don't know me. My name is Chris Farah. Go to my YouTube channel. It's Chris Farah here on YouTube. Of course, you can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at Chris L. Farah. That's below. And then I have a private Facebook group. That's Vanity Farah. My name is Chris Farah. Did I mention that? And all of my things. Can you imagine what a nightmare I am? I love you guys.
All right. Y'all have a fantastic week. And remember to be you, be true, and find your place. Bye. All right. Thanks, guys, for joining us. Those of you guys who are in the replay gang, put the lips down below. And I'm tired. So
let's go eat cookies.
bye. Oh, yeah.